All right. So, all right, guys. Renora Chitsa again. Honesty Podcast, episode 66, if I'm not mistaken. Today I'm gonna have Tech Tony at my podcast. I'm very delighted to have you here, man.
Having
About the
me.
podcast itself, you know, guys, how it goes. We talk about business, we talk about development, self-development, and other types of things like mindset. And today I'm gonna have Tech Tony tell us about his story, how he got into this business that he does, and his story itself. So, Tony, please introduce yourself, who you are, what you do.
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me on this podcast, and congratulations on 66 episodes. I think I'm on 66 episodes on my podcast,
Oh
but
yeah,
I'm sorely behind on the content creation. This is one of the hardest things for me to do is podcast creation. But I'm Tech Tony, owner of Pathfinder Digital Marketing. If you Google Tech Tony, it's probably going to come up. I also do own an IT agency as well. It's called 404 IT. It's mostly government contracts, government facing. I do have a couple lawyers that I do IT work for as well. But when people look me up or talk about me, it's mostly about problems with Google Ads. And right now, my agency currently we're a Google partner, so that puts us roughly somewhere in the top 3% of all marketing agents in North America. We have about 63 clients in 14 different countries, and we currently run Google Ads in English, Spanish, French, and now German.
very
As
nice.
and we work with small businesses. I have a bagel shop in Las Vegas that we run Google Ads for, all the way up to some of our clients have stocks on the stock market. They're publicly traded, and my CMO Tim Tompkins has consulted. He was he was the digital marketing consultant for the United Nations, which was they were spending about $10 million a year on Google Ads. So
Oh wow.
we're a well-versed team. I'm very lucky to have the people I have working for me.
Very interesting. So you knocked off two of my first questions, which is good. Um, but
Please ask him. I can expand.
yeah. So all in all, you've been in the business for 14 years, and maybe take us back a little bit, like these 14 years. Like how was your first intro to digital marketing and business itself, and how did it came up in your life? Like, was it just an accident or yeah?
Well, if you look at my LinkedIn profile, I believe it professionally says 11 years, which is about accurate,
Mhm.
because I was pretty much just a freelancer before running Google Ads. And how I got into this is so behind Pathfinder Digital Marketing is about 2008. I've been a private military contractor for the government, and I've worked for the DoD. I'm currently an employee of Shield Corps Global, which is the largest Christian security force in the world.
Mm.
And I was doing a lot of IT work for them, but that skill set didn't exactly translate easily into the civilian world, especially what I was doing, highly confidential work and setting things up. Like when Sweden joined joined NATO, I was one of the first people on the ground at Sweden. Helping them with their infrastructure and IT stuff. So I'm not
Interesting.
making TikTok channels when I'm working for the government, tell you that much. So I ended up getting a job. I needed another job because I got married. My ex-wife didn't want me going overseas because I was put in dangerous situations. So I backed away from that type of work a little bit and got a job selling cars. I was the executive sales rep for Southeast Toyota. It was a great job. We were in charge of Florida, Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi, and
Mm.
all our cars came into port through Jacksonville. And I had a team, and we sold cars. And if you're anybody that's ever sold anything, you know it kind of sucks because when you're at a dealership, people only come to the dealership for like really one of three things: parts, services, or they need a vehicle. And kind of just sitting there with my skill set, I do what you think every other business owner does. They Google, how do I insert question here? And for me, it was, how do I sell more cars? And so I created a really bad WordPress site and a YouTube channel and Facebook, which you can still find. It's
Mm.
still there. I never deleted the stuff. It's called Toyo Tony. and I started making videos about Toyota. I love the product. I owned one myself still. Own a
Mm.
brand new 2025 Toyota as well. And people, so like in the deal in sales, you had to have relationships. I saw some of the guys that were selling cars before me, they sell car to mom and dad, and the kid would become 16 or 14, they'd come back and buy a car from that kid. So they had that. I didn't. In South Alabama, they would say, "You ain't from these parts," which I wasn't. And so I had to really work harder to get leads. And I was making YouTube videos and walkarounds. I would pull up a car, I'd do a walk around in the car, I would test drive the car, I would talk about the Toyotas, things like that, especially if a new model came out. A lot of work, a lot of YouTube, a lot of Facebooking. And the owner, Mr. Mitchell of the dealership I was at, my home dealership I was at, saw that me and my team that I was selling cars, but I wasn't on the car lot chasing, we would call it chasing, chasing people around. You pull, no one likes it, especially here in America. You pull up the car lot and someone sales reps immediately comes out to you. Nobody likes that. But I wasn't doing that. I was still pushing metal. And so he asked me, he's like, "What are you doing different?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm making video content because a grandpa came in one time with his kid, and the grandpa was talking, he was like, 'Show the lady, our secretary.' And he's like, 'Who's this guy and where's this car?'" And they're like, "Well, that's Tony." And I was like, "That car is right there." Immediately, my first sell, easiest sell I ever had.
Wow.
And it just went from there. And Toyota corporate in Japan caught wind of what I was doing. And so they called my boss. And they're like, "Listen, he's not in trouble and we're not upset, but he cannot use the name Toyota in his content because I was Toyota Tony. But he's doing a great job." So we changed my name to Toyo Tony.
How
And then
interesting.
Toyota Japan gave me training with their chief of marketing,
Wow.
a young lady who I can't remember her name, but her name off the top of my head right now. And she would sit down with me and she was giving me tips and training. We were spitfiring back and forth how all of this worked.
Interesting.
Fast forward, yeah, straight from Toyota. Couldn't ask for better training. I have a good foothold on how to make video content, which still to this day I struggle with. So don't worry, guys. Oh, it's a struggle. And a buddy of mine here in town, I was running Google Ads for myself, managing my website, kind of just juggling the stuff back and forth. And I met a really good mentor, Matt, who owns Matt PPC up in New York. And I say that because as a small business, I know it's frustrating because you go to YouTube, Facebook, there's a lot of crap and gurus out there that'll be like, "We'll increase your website traffic by 800% in the next 7 days." Okay. So I got lucky that a good trainer, my mentor to this day, Matt, was mentoring me on Google Ads. And he was like, "Well, how much is the dealership paying you to run their Google Ads? Like, what's your income?" And I'm like, "They don't pay me. I only get paid when I sell."
Yeah.
And he's all, "What?" He's all, "No, dude, this is a whole industry. Like, this is what I do for my livelihood. People pay me to run Google Ads for them." And so I blindly, a buddy of mine, Jim, he owns Veterans Cleaning Solutions, carpet cleaning company, still a client to this day. In fact, I do his Google Ads and his IT work for his business. Hired me to run Google Ads. I had no training, no Google Ads certification, no nothing. I took some courses from Isaac Radunsky, who owns Adventure Media in New York. Great guy, worth the money if you're interested in that. And I started running Google Ads and it worked. And then I got another client and then another. And I got lucky. I had some really good mentors behind me.
Yeah.
I had a good business consultant, Harry Guerrier, very knowledgeable guy. He made me match my income at Toyota with Pathfinder. And then I matched it for 3 months. And once I did that, he was like, "Okay, now you can quit Toyota." Because
Nice.
I was working Toyota 12 hours a day selling cars, had my one day off, which was Thursdays. And so on Thursdays, I would run Pathfinder digital marketing, be meeting with
Wow.
clients, selling myself, doing things like that.
Mm.
And when I was coming home from work selling cars, I would study at night,
Cool.
digital marketing, watching videos, testing things out, learning analytics, tag manager, all that fun stuff. And I finally matched my income for 3 months, and I was scared as hell. It was during Christmas.
Wow.
And Harry's like, "If you're going to quit, quit now." And so Mr. Mitchell, I put my 2 weeks notice, and Mr. Mitchell sat me down and talked to me. And he was like, "You sure you want to do this? You're a pretty good salesperson." Because Mr. Mitchell has a really good background himself on how he bought his first dealership and slept in
Yeah.
his car. That type of story was his story.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, "All right, I'll miss you, but good luck on your adventure, And knock on some wood here. He has offered me my job back a few times that he's seen me, but thank you, sir. No thanks. but
Nice.
as for now, here I am with a full team, clients across the globe, and 2 companies that I'm running as well.
Nice.
Doing I'm still
All in
here,
all,
14 years later.
very interesting, like very interesting story. But all in all, I have a very specific question here. If you would go back and you would have to choose if you do it with mentors or without, which way would you choose always? Like,
If I had to do what?
if you would do the same thing with mentors or without them, like which way
Oh,
would be
mentors,
right?
100%.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I bit the bullet when I was down there, when I was beginning, and a lot of mentors are. So if you're a business owner or thinking about starting your own business and you're here in America, there's something called the SBA, the Small Business Association.
Yeah.
It's part of the government. And then there's an SBDC, Small Business Development Center.
Mm-hmm.
They're normally tied to a local university. I recommend you go find that and register yourself with them.
Mm-hmm.
The only qualification is you're a startup and you're making less than $5 million a year. So you might qualify. And I was lucky. And the reason I say that is because Harry, my business consultant, who now is my CFO in the company, his services was 100% paid for. And so I met with him every week, asking him questions. So that's a great free resource if you're listening to this podcast and you're thinking about starting a business, go meet with them first.
Very nice.
And definitely put the investment in good courses and finding out someone who's, I guess, a good mentor, which is really hard to find because there's a lot of gurus and bullshit out there. It's true. There's a lot of bad information. So that's why I count myself blessed. I had some really good mentors and coaches. But yes, I wouldn't be here to this day if it wasn't for my mentors.
Nice.
And I still have monthly meetings with Harry, not to just go over finances, but he's still my business consultant. So I'll run ideas and problems through him.
Very good.
And he's a very straightforward guy. A lot of times he's told me, that's a stupid idea. Don't do that.
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking this specifically is just because I hear it so much, like people want to know, like learn things themselves. They don't want to be like out there and talk to people that are like let's say further than them, like the ego thing, where you just want to learn stuff and do stuff yourself so you can just say, I did it myself. And I think this is a big problem with us people when we start off things. Like we are not able to just let go and say, help me, like give me the path and I'll go after it. And yeah.
Ask for help. Read books, because like somebody like for Jim, for example, Veritas Cleaning Solution, he does now has his own consulting business as well, where he consults with people. I bought his book because that guy has 30 years of knowledge that I can pay $25 for and avoid some problems. Yeah. It's a no-brainer. Read the book, or listen to the audio. Yes, absolutely.
True.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, there's some times where I had to swallow my pride. Now, Harry doesn't understand Google Ads or digital marketing. Harry understands how to run a business and how money works, which is my weakness. Everybody I've hired in my company, I swallowed my pride. I know my job, and I assign other things to other people that aren't in my wheelhouse. At the very beginning, I wore all the hats. I was the boss. I was the marketer. I was the content creator. I was, I was the one creating invoices and all that stuff and trying to pay my taxes. Obviously, yes. But once you're able to and get someone to help you, absolutely, it's an investment worth. You get a good employee. It's definitely worth their weight in gold. Sadly, I've done the job where I've hired the wrong people and had to fire somebody as well. It happens. Avoidable in business when you growing pains. We're having some growing pains right now in the company where we're aggressively growing. We just hired a new employee and we had to let somebody go as well. It happens, but
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I've had to swallow my pride, and I study Google Ads, but when I know, oh crap, this is a business thing, I don't know how to do this, call Harry.
Very
hey,
good.
I have a problem, and he consults me on it, and then I make the decision off of that.
Absolutely. So being that efficient is like a game changer, I believe. When you have these mentors that can help you very quick and you get the answers pretty fast, I think this is a game changer.
Yes, huge game changer for your business. When you're able to do it, definitely invest. On YouTube is the most sorely underused platform. Once again, there's a lot of bad information out there. Yes,
Yeah.
also a lot of good stuff that could really help you. I think LinkedIn Learning, we've done some LinkedIn Learning courses as well.
Okay.
Very, very useful. So that's really helped us out with putting
Nice.
in like policies and procedures since we have employees now doing that. Right now, me and my CFO, we are redoing our job descriptions. I literally have his tab open here. This is job descriptions to make sure everybody knows what they're doing, what they're not supposed to do, and who is in charge
Nice.
of it.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I think this structure is very important in business, especially when you have like a digital one where people are sometimes remotely working or so I see myself like getting that category where I say, okay, I need to structure every single thing that people do. If I don't, then just things go wild. Like I see somebody in the marketing kind of thing, like doing the marketing kind of stuff, and he is just for finance. Like he is just for the finance things. Like this shouldn't be, mixing themselves up. So it's a very important thing, I believe, to find this structure and implement it into the business as much as possible.
It is. It is, and your business will grow and things will change, and then
Yeah.
you'll find holes or problems that you weren't aware of, and then you gotta fix those too
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely. If we go into the business itself, like if we talk about Pathfinder Digital, like who do you help? Like what do you do exactly for them? Like you told us about the Google Ads, but like maybe go into detail a little bit more on that and who you help and what you
Yeah.
do, for example.
So my agency, I guess you could call us a full stack agency. Mostly when people come to us or they look us up, we run Google Ads for our clients.
Mm-hmm.
We primarily stay away from e-commerce. We have a couple e-commerce clients, but we're very picky with it because e-commerce is a very difficult industry
Mm-hmm.
to work in. I'm not saying it's flooded; it's just difficult. Um, so Google Ads is our specialty, and we worked with clients like I said, I have bagel shops, restaurants, plumbers, HVAC clients, a company that's in the medical field. They specialize in sound wave
Oh yeah.
treatment devices for pain.
Yeah.
That's the best I can describe it. I can't say their name because I have an NDA signed with them
Mm-hmm.
as well. But doing things like that is why I'm known for is Google Ads. However, we also offer website design, build, and maintenance, as well as branding. We have a company called Ledbetter. They are a orthotics and prosthetic company. They came for me. They came to me when they didn't have a logo, and everything you see that they have, including their foldouts that they physically had to people, our agency created those for them
Nice.
as well. Yeah, so their logo, branding, all of it type of stuff. We can start with somebody from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
We do offer also Google My Business help. So Google My Business, one of the most sorely underused platforms that businesses don't really understand. We build it, maintain, and manage it for our clients as well. And then we do offer search engine optimization and then optimizations for language learning models, aka AIs. So
Mm-hmm.
look at a
Cool.
client organically ranking on ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Meta, all those fun things
Very
also.
good.
And right now, we're being trained by Google on their AI overview and AI overview ads.
Very important.
We're getting training from them. And then we're also getting some training for ChatGPT ads as well, which is like, what, 30 days old, maybe?
Yeah. Very
It's been
interesting.
out. So we're doing that as well. So we are a well-versed agency, but our specialty and our where we really shine is Google Ads
Very
for our
nice.
clients, which includes YouTube ads. For some reason, people separate the two. They're not. They're the same.
They're the same.
They're in
Yeah.
the same category. So Google Ads, which includes YouTube, and now AI Overview and AI Ads
Cool.
on the network.
If you said you're in the 3% of US marketing agencies since you're a Google partner,
Part.
how
Mhm.
did you climb to that level? Like, what are the moves for that?
Well, there's two things about that. First of all, there are tests that you have to take from Google
Mm-hmm.
to prove that you know what you're doing, type of stuff. And then you have what's called an MCC account, and you have to prove growth with your clients. So we're kind of picky when we're bringing clients because it's a two-way road. Digital marketing is a two-way road. You get me what I need, I'm going to make you look good, type of stuff, which means content, images, YouTube videos. With that being said, on the flip side of being a Google partner, there is the political BS with Google. What I mean by that is that, you have to spend, your clients combined have to spend a certain amount of money for you to even qualify for this.
Wow.
And then when you take the tests from Google, the tests are still out of date. So you're answering the questions the way Google wants you to answer the questions, which isn't the way you can most effectively run a Google ad.
Oh, wow.
So when I first took those courses back years ago, you had to actually show up to a testing center to take them, and you have to retake them every single year. And the test used to include a 45-minute section where I was sitting down with a Google rep, and it was two guys from India, and they would just ask you a question, you would answer it, and they wouldn't even tell you nothing. They're like, all right, next question. I'm like, okay, did I even do this right? So luckily I passed on my first try. So being a Google partner is cool, and it really helps me with the clients. And my biggest client requested my partnership badge so that you can verify who I am, what I've done in my training as well, which is really helpful. But then again, the other side of it, which is when I passed my test, Matt, my trainer, was like, cool, now take everything you learned and throw it in the trash. I'm going to teach you how to really run Google Ads now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same with Matt, I believe.
It's a bit braggy because in my local economy, again, me versus my local competition, I'm the only licensed Google partner in the area.
Okay.
So when it comes to me pushing bids on a project, I could throw that out there and be like, boom, I'm the best. But when it comes to like everything else, us partners like to make fun of it because it's like, come on, Google, you haven't updated these questions in like 5 years.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I was able to become an Anthropic partner just 2 weeks ago. Took me about 4 months, and it was some tests at the beginning as well, and then I had to show some case studies about the business that I did with clients. And it is so interesting with these big players. If you get into these partner programs, like you always have to, as you said, retake tests, and you have to get into these like teachings and check out their programs and so on and so forth. Very interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting working with these people.
Yeah, because now we're a Facebook marketing agency, like Meta Verified, all that fun stuff. I never did the tests. I went out and found somebody that did it, and I hired.
Yeah, for sure.
Here we go. Here's the shortcut.
Yeah,
now you're my employee.
So nice. Yeah, so you told us that you also run another IT company.
Yes.
And we started with government work, as I understood well. So how did the marketing side and the IT side feed into each other? Like, what was the beginning of 404, and how is it going? Yeah.
Well, so I do a lot of coding, mostly in JavaScript. And what's funny is Google, in the ads and in the MCC and in the account, there's an area called scripting. Yep. Scripting is JavaScript, essentially, and you are not manipulating, but you're favoring the ads with customized coding to show up better online. So like, for example, a Google ad, the description, if you code it correctly, can directly mimic the search being conducted.
Nice.
So you're making the ad more relevant to the person conducting the search.
Cool.
And also in scripting, this is one of the things we've done that was really good. I did this before AI was a thing. One of my HVAC clients in New York has a huge organization. And so we scripted his Google ads that every hour on the hour, the Google ads are designed to, it looks at the weather forecasting for the next hour. And then it takes year to date, the same hour. And depending on what the weather says, it'll auto adjust itself for the next hour worth of weather.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
It's freaking it up, and it helped because even with a full team, there's no way we can do that quick enough.
Yeah.
Every hour on the hour, even if I had the weather channel opened up on a tab on my screen.
Yeah.
So the scripting is exorbitantly useful.
Nice.
And with that as well, this took a little bit more finessing. Same company, HVAC company. Every time one of his trucks finishes a job in their CRM, they click the job done. The CRM lets Google Ads know this zip code. There are no our truck is sitting because sitting truck is
Mm,
no light. So then the Google Ads will turn on and adjust for that zip code until they get their next job.
interesting.
So that's it's really neat. So I learned JavaScripting from 404 IT.
God.
I technically started that company back in 2008, where I consult with the government on playing essentially we play like war games. My job is to attack, visually attack a base, and then they
Good.
attack back, and I find holes. They will I help them plug it out. Essentially, it's digital pen testing.
Mm-hmm.
If you heard of that,
Yes.
yeah. So that's what agents pay me to do. Our local sheriff's department is a client of ours. I got to show them where they were weak in their system, and they were
Mm-hmm.
able to internally plug up holes as well. Don't call me if your printer doesn't connect to the Wi-Fi. That's not what I do.
Perfect.
And then for the state of Alabama, I am a special witness. I'm an expert witness for the state of Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if we have a video that needs to be submitted for evidence, but the video is 2 minutes long, but the judge wants to cut out the last or the middle 30 seconds of that video,
Whoa.
they would then hire me to do that type of editing work, submit it, and if needed, show up to court and be like, hey, yeah, I adjusted the video. It's not AI or it's not manipulated, things like that,
Yeah.
and how I did it, and then things like that.
So detailed. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh, it's great. The pay's pretty good.
Yeah.
The
Nice.
pay's, I'm not going to complain because and then that's through the state, and then a lot of lawyers will hire me privately to be like, hey, I want you to listen to this recording or clean up this recording for us because we can't really tell what the heck is going on, type of stuff.
Got it.
So I'll work with them on things like that, and then if needed be, show up to court and talk about microphones on cellular devices and how they work, type of stuff as well, which is interesting because sometimes I'm talking to a judge that has no idea how a text message works. So I'm just like, I'll have to explain this to him somehow.
How do I do it the best?
Yeah, I'll do it the best I can. And this one judge, I've been in his courtroom a lot, and he's like, Tony, you're back. All right, what are you teaching me today?
Like a teacher for attorneys. So interesting. And do you think the work that you did before with the military gave you a little bit of a head start to work with the government in the IT world?
Yeah. So, Triple Canopy hired me as they're a private military contracting company. They don't exist anymore. I forgot what they're called now. I haven't worked for them for years. But they were my start, and yeah, so how I started with that in high school. I got in trouble a lot. I got arrested a lot. I was the kid that was uploading Halo and Minecraft to the school server so I could play with my buddies while I was on one side of the building, they're on the other side of the building, type of stuff. I was getting into that type of trouble. And a couple of instances I was arrested for. I do have an arrest record. So you're hiring a professional.
Yeah.
So when I graduated, having an arrest record doesn't look good for an 18-year-old. A lot of people won't hire you. But Triple Canopy was like, hey, you want to learn how to do this, but better and get paid for it? They left out the part and get shot at.
Damn.
So that's how it started. I learned what back then it was like pen testing wasn't a thing, but like it didn't have like a proper label. This was all still new. I mean, I was making fake IDs with like the printers I was buying from Office Max and whatnot. I learned through AOL chat forums how to falsify my birth certificate. So at 16, I could rent an apartment and buy a car.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
So it was that type of education. I didn't know what I was doing. There was like really no laws for this yet either. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so learning how to do that type of work, and that's what led into falling literally into digital marketing, because then I learned, and I was learning about scripting in Google, and I was like, I could do that. That's just JavaScript. Just line of code, and sit down and yes, if you're listening to this, this is before AI, before you had the AI spit the script out. For I spent hours writing lines of code and testing it in Google Ads
Wow.
in the JavaScript area, and then hoping the shit runs right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Very interesting. So if you look back, since we are a little talking a little bit about your past, what's a win you're most proud of? Like, what is the client result where you say, okay, everything makes sense and it all clicked now, and now everything is fine. Like, do you have any specific moment?
I do. I'm gonna go back to that bagel shop I told you about.
Hmm.
Tim, my CMO, brought that client on, and he was like, "Hey, Abel's Bagels in Las Vegas. If you're in Las Vegas area, go hit them up. Tell them Tech Tony sent you." But I didn't want to work. I didn't want to work this client. I was all bagels, and Tim's like, "Yeah, yeah, we could totally do this, man. Bagels, a bagel shop. They're wanting to grow, increase, people coming in, but then they're franchising it out as well. He's growing his company. He's been our client for like 4 years, and
Nice.
his bagel shops have grown. And I say that because businesses are always like, well, should I be running Google Ads? The short answer is yes. What else are you going to be doing? If it works for a bagel shop, it's more than likely going to work for you too as well.
Hmm.
And it took us, when you start running Google Ads, first of all, if you are a company filing for bankruptcy or you're circling the drain, Google Ads will not save you. I want to make that very clear. I'm very good at my job. I'm damn good at it, but I cannot save a company that is circling a drain. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've consulted with some businesses and I've said no to them because we can't do that. I've brought on businesses like that before, and it's too stressful, and we've made some bad decisions. So we will not work with. I'm very clear with people when they request services from me. I
Yeah.
do ask them on the first meeting, how are your finances? Are you
Hmm.
certain drains? And they're like, oh no, we're fine or not. Anyways, so I'll make that very clear.
Got it.
But if it works well for a bagel shop, Google Ads, I wouldn't say are a cemented business, but once you started working and you've proven that, hey, people will buy from me, my business works, I'm making money from this, then the next step is Google Ads, having the website, Google Ads, all that fun stuff moving
Got it.
forward. Once you're ready for that investment, as it's an investment, it's effort.
Hmm.
It's not an easy route, and it's just not going to bring leads in automatically. And so Nick worked with us for the first 4 months, and it took 4 months for him to see a return on his investment, because the first 30 days is proof of concept. Is this going to work? And we saw proof of concept. And then, give or take, depending on your industry, but overall 90 to 180 days before you actually start seeing the needle move.
Yeah.
So this is maybe wasting money that time, but before the needle actually starts moving, because business owners need to put in their mind the point of digital marketing, whether it's SEO, posting online, hashtags, Google ads, Reddit ads, whatever you're doing, the point of it is collection of data. How do people find me? What are they doing? What are they not doing on my website?
Hmm.
Once we see that data, then we can make proper decisions on, like, hey, YouTube's doing good, or post some more blogs, or run Google ads, things like that. I have a client of
Got it.
mine right now that we're seeing him. They put a lot of effort into their YouTube videos, and they're starting to get leads consistently from YouTube
Nice.
as well. And so once Nick saw the first successful month, he made back all the revenue he's already spent with us, including agency fees,
Got
not
it.
just his ad spend, but agency fees as well.
Very nice.
So, we manage his Google ads, we manage his search engine optimization, we manage his AI as well, and how he shows up on AI search. And then we also run Bing ads for him and Meta ads for him. The
Oh
only thing
wow.
my agent doesn't maintain is a website, because he has an in-house guy, which works better than us, because it's bagels, dude.
Hmm.
Our agency, we don't specialize in just like dentists or realtors. We specialize in understanding how Google works and
Yeah,
then applying what assets a company needs to help them see success as soon as possible.
got it.
And so we started with Nick, which is very very basic search ads, and we've grown his
Understood.
account out as the data came in, and we let the data dictate what's our next move.
Understood. Makes absolutely sense. I like the fact that it's a bagel shop since it's a very good story every time you tell it, I believe.
Crazy. I
Yeah.
didn't want to work with him. I honestly didn't. I fought Tim for like a week on him. I was like, finally, fine. And I was like, if they
Okay.
fire us, it's on you. Nope, no client.
It's still
Pays his
client.
invoice on time every month.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, so going from the most positive, I would like to go to the negatives as well, since not everything is like green. If you had like one point or one area in your own business that it isn't where you want it to be yet, what would it be like? What is the place where you are still struggling with?
Well, it would be me. We are struggling with, I want to say lead generation. It's me keeping up with leads and organization.
Oh, okay.
So right now we're in a growth mode where we're comfortable with the clients we have, so we're being a little more picky what we got. But
Mm-hmm.
like I have been dropping the ball on lead generation. My position in the company has moved where I don't work in the company anymore. I
Yeah,
work on the company.
got it.
Tim, my CMO, works in the company. And so I have when it comes to me creating lead generation, that is my job and
Mm,
my job to follow up. And I know I've been the bottleneck. I have dropped the ball many times when it comes to leads coming in and creating lead generation. For example, my mentor for social media marketing is Austin. He owns a Syllabi. We actually run his Google ads for his company.
oh yeah,
But Austin Strong, he is my social media marketing coach, and he holds me responsible for posting online. We have monthly meetings, and he is on me
nice.
about, dude, he's like, you need to be posting 11 times a day on Facebook because
Mm-hmm.
we're monetized right now on TikTok, we're monetized on Facebook, we're working towards monetization on YouTube. And so now that we're monetized, the game has changed, and that's my job. Tim will every once in a while hop on with a podcast or talk with me, things like that. But it's my job to make the videos, recycle the content. As you heard earlier, I'm a bit behind my own podcast, our newsletter. I just doing all those things. That's where we are currently failing at right now
Got
as a
it.
business. Is that because if I don't do it, we don't get leads.
Mm,
The pipe goes dry. So it's that level of stress that's on me and my responsibility right now. And my team and I are looking to be like, well, do we remove this from Tony and our next hire be a sales rep?
yeah.
So it's things that we're looking at right now, what our next move is, or for me to keep up with it, to be able to keep up with the lead
Mm-hmm.
generation content and the quality of the content and the things like that.
Cool. Very nice. Thank you for the transparency and being so open with it. Like, I think this is something that needs to be mentioned a little bit more, especially in the social media space. Like, people glamorize everything and everything is so good and never bad, but
I wish.
yeah, right. Everybody wishes, and this gives a wrong perspective on business and everything that is comes with it. And I like that you're so transparent with it. Thank you very much.
I am very transparent. As a matter of fact, I was just at a university with a whole bunch of these college graduates. And mind you, I don't have a college degree for anything I do. I have I am 100% self-taught. I have nothing against college.
Yes.
I went on a date with a young lady in Florida, and oh, I just graduated. I'm like, well, what did you graduate with? Oh, I had my bachelor's in entrepreneurship. I was like, what? What are you supposed to do with that? But I went to go give a lecture there, and it was exactly what you just mentioned. All these business owners were like, it's amazing, it's great.
Yeah.
Here's my rags to riches a story, which is true. But like, I think I was talking to my CPA, and he was like, it's a small number. I think it's like less than 5% of businesses actually hit $1 million in revenue, and even less are able to keep that revenue.
Yes.
This is the reality of running a business and the numbers of it. And so when it was my turn to go on stage and talk to they're not kids. I mean, they're a little younger than me. I was like, yo, I'm going to be honest with you about running a business. it sucks and it's not for everybody.
Mm.
Some people are designed to be business owners, and some people are designed to be employees, and there's nothing wrong with that. And the statistic is like 45% of businesses fail within the first year. It happens. The numbers are not in your favor. Harry, my CFO, every time we go over our cash flow, he's like, "Good job. Just remember, one wrong move and you'll destroy your company." It happens all the time.
Crazy.
Businesses are in business for years,
Yeah.
decades, do one wrong move and they destroy themselves. So yeah, when I was talking to these kids, they all had a very different perspective, which was awesome. At the end of that conversation, everybody was like, "You're such a down-to-earth, real person. Like you weren't
Nice.
like sugarcoating it." Like, nah, because it
Mm.
sucks.
Yes.
There are days where I come in here and I'm just like, fuck this shit.
Absolutely.
You might have to
Cool.
censor this a little bit. Sorry.
No, no problem. This is Spotify, so everything is fine. So, for business owners listening and who want honest marketing help without the hype, where should they find you? Like, what is the one space?
Well, if you're listening to this podcast, you can Google me literally, Tec, T-E-C, no H, just Tec Tony. I'll pop up. Look at my company, Pathfinder Digital Marketing. We offer one free 30-minute consultation to anybody that reaches out to us.
Cool.
You just my calendar's there. You can literally go on there, click what's convenient for you, and I'll get the alert on my end as well.
Nice.
Or you could find me on any of the socials under Tec Tony or Hi Tec Tony on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. Like I'm pretty much on everything now, just behind on my content creation. But yeah, feel free to reach out to me for a free consultation, 30-minute consultation with my company and see if we are a good fit or where you're lacking in, first of all.
What's next for Pathfinder and 404 on the over the next year? Like if you
Well, 404 is growing. This is the first year I'm public facing with it, where I'm taking on clients that aren't government related.
Yep.
So I'm very picky with it because, like I said, like even though I joke about it, I don't want people calling me every time a printer won't connect to the Wi-Fi. So I have clients that are digital marketing clients that I know aren't abusive of my services, and they are IT clients currently.
Oh yeah.
But we are taking on leads. I have a rather large contract that by the end of next month, I'll know if I close them or not for the IT company. So first of all, for them, we're looking to grow that. Work with small businesses that need network infrastructure, IT. Just like I need my emails protected, my network secure, things like that.
Yeah.
Because I noticed there's even to this day with people our age, a severe lack of proper online educational training on how to stay safe online.
Absolutely.
Somehow the phishing email, hot moms in your area, still works. I promise you, there are no sexy moms in your area interested in you. I'm sorry.
Incredible.
It works still, even for people our age, man. So I'm just like,
yes.
So that's where we're growing in that sense. For Pathfinder Digital Marketing, it's continuation of educational training. Right now, as we speak, we're comfortable where we're at. We have great cash flow. Bills are paid.
Nice.
Both of my companies and I operate at zero debt.
Nice.
So every penny we make is ours, except for taxes. So we're slowly growing. I'm being a little more picky with the clients that we onboard with us. Like I said, if I onboard a client, I want to make sure they're a good fit for us. And if I onboard a client, Google actually looks at my numbers, and we have to show because I'm a Google partner. So we have to do those type of things. Anyways, so right now with Pathfinder, learning and understanding, integrating AI more into our systems. An aid, not the one that's doing the work per se. Everything we do, even with AI, we make sure a person reviews it before it goes out into the public.
Interesting. Yeah, thank you very much for this talk. Before we wrap, though, I would like to give you the chance to give a honest advice to the audience about anything, like one piece of advice, if you would. Like if me and you will be gone tomorrow, what would be like the last advice you would give to anyone?
For every business, regardless of your vertical or niche or what you're doing, Google My Business is still, to this day, the most sorely underused platform for any company. Even if you're an e-commerce company, your inventory can show up on Google Maps. And a lot of people they don't connect Google My Business to their Merchant Center account. Some people don't even know what the hell a Merchant Center account is. And so, and then businesses are always, still to this day, somehow, I don't know how, but businesses are always like, well, I don't have a physical location, so I can't show up on Google Maps. No, that's a lie. You can still show up on Google Maps as a service provider. You have the right to show up for these searches for people looking for your products, goods, and services. So step one, if you're serious about your business, create a Google My Business listing. There are loads. I've got it on my YouTube channel, loads of great tutorials to talk you through how to set this up and get that up and running, because a lot of my businesses, and I have the data to back it up, I've done case study after case study, Google Maps will organically beat Google Ads. It will beat Facebook, even paid ads on Facebook as well, where a lot of my clients get great leads. And then you don't just create the platform, you create it and you have to maintain it.
Yes.
It's free outside if someone comes to pay me to maintain it for them, but it's a free platform. I'm very sad that business owners don't sit down and actually dedicate some serious time to it. And you can make a lot of money just from having a Google My Business listing before you even have a website. And then if you have a GMB listing, don't connect it to your Facebook page. Stop it. It's not a website. Go get a website.
Go get a website. Interesting. That's been great, Tony. Thank you very much. Everybody, you will have all of the links down below, either on YouTube or on Spotify. You will find the links to Tony's socials. So if you want to check his sites out and his businesses, you can go on there and click there. For anybody here in the audience wanting to see more about these kind of episodes, you can go back, check out the last few episodes. Most of them are in English, but some of them are in German as well, since I'm still in Switzerland, so still covering the audience here in Switzerland as well.
Good to hear what a German Mexican sounds like. That's why I'm Hispanic, so let's go.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So yeah, thank you very much for listening, guys, and thank you, Tony, for your time. I'm very appreciated that. And yeah, that's a wrap. Thank you very much, guys. Wish you all the best. Have a great week, and see you on the next one. Goodbye.